Hello everyone, and once again welcome on another of my little presentations that I like giving whenever I come across anything new or I've learned something. It is an obligation as a pilot to share with all of you who are pilots on what I've learned, and obviously many of you are much more well informed as well, and it's nice to see all other videos on this platform on certain topics related to aviation. So in today's video, as you can see, it's a bit different than my other videos where I'm not seen, but today's topic is a bit of a hilarious topic to me in terms of what people see us as being good pilots and bad pilots. And I'm talking of our beloved passengers who like judging you as regards to only one aspect of the flying in order for you to be classified as a good pilot or a bad pilot to them. And as many of you might have guessed, it's about landing. So when you take off until destination, everything is smooth, the takeoff is smooth, the weather was good, no issues. The moment you make a hard landing, you'll start hearing some comments coming from the back. Okay, I laugh at these things whenever I hear them because I know that the passengers are innocent and they don't actually know what pilots go through when they're in the flight deck, which is pretty much obvious. If you make a very smooth landing, a greaser they call it, okay, so they want to fly with you all the time, and they will actually even post it on media and try to take selfies with you and take pictures with you, just because of one aspect, which is landing. So I'm going to show you two videos of two Q400s landing in different places. They are from YouTube, but I've just taken them, and then I want to just actually say whether do we judge pilots based on their landings. That's my topic. So let's see these two videos and then we can talk a bit more. But this is just information for at least who are non-aviators, like people who are watching this program, who are not pilots, but just as information to give them on exactly what we as pilots do and face when we're in the flight deck, keeping all operations safe. And to say it outright, it is not about the landing, okay? A safe landing where one can walk away with is a good landing, and where you haven't damaged the company's asset and neither have you damaged or hurt or injured any passenger in the landing, it's a good landing. Okay, so let's see these two videos and then we can just discuss what would passengers say to which landing. Okay. Alright, so in the first one, you could have seen the Q400 coming in for the landing, and that was called a hard landing. It bounced, and the plane made it safely on the ground. I'm pretty sure that the second landing was more preferable to the passengers, those who are non-aviators rather, because it was quite a smooth one, and it felt like the plane was still flying when it had landed. So would you actually say that the first pilot was a bad pilot and the second pilot was a good pilot? No, not to me, and not to somebody who would think wise on what pilots do. It is very important to keep yourself informed on what happens in the landing phase. Okay, Landings are not easy. All right. There is a saying, what goes up has to come down, and taking the aircraft in the air can be less challenging than bring the aircraft back on the ground. When we as pilots do smooth landings, we do them when the weather and the conditions on the ground are favorable. Okay. And we try always to keep a smooth landing, but the moment the moment you hear the aircraft landing, like a rattling sound or a bumpy sound, it doesn't mean that the pilot has done anything deliberately or carelessly to just throw you on the ground. No. There might have been wind, there might have been gusts, and the main factor, other than pilot control, which can contribute to a hard landing, is basically the weather. When you have strong winds, it is not easy to control the aircraft, as much as it might sound or seem or look easy, but it is not, because many things are happening at the same time, and the pilot's only thought is to get this airplane safely on the ground. Mind you, safely on the ground, not smoothly, but safely. Okay? And if the pilot feels that the landing won't go as planned and it may cause damage, an incident or an accident or anything like that, there is one thing as pilots we do, we call it a go around, meaning that we take the aircraft back into the air and come back for another approach. It's all about safety. So a smooth landing does not mean that the pilot is good, and a hard landing does not mean that the pilot is bad. No, that is completely out of context. As far as I'm concerned, as far as other aviators are concerned, and also as far as other passengers who are well informed about what happens when pilots fly aeroplanes, they can tell you that this is not a very good judgment. Okay? As long as the pilot has made you reach safely on the ground, okay, and you've walked away, means that everything was fine. They tried their best, but if the plane bounced a bit, okay, or made a rattling sound, or was it a hard landing, as long as, according to the pilots, the landing was safe and did not need to go around, it was okay. All right? So we do hear these comments from the passengers, ooh, that guy doesn't know how to fly. I don't want to fly with him again. Okay? Oh, that was a bad landing. No. Pilots normally are concerned with the approach. If the approach phase of the flight is clean and within limits, the landing is just a cherry on the cake. Okay? When the weather is smooth, when the weather is good, when the conditions are good, obviously smooth landings are more preferable, which we always try to do. Every pilot will try to land it safely. But there are sometimes conditions, natural conditions, that dictate to put the plane on the ground safely without trying any fancy tricks to impress anyone. Just out of safety so that everybody goes out of the plane alive. Okay? Very important that next time when you are judging pilots, you must understand that they are doing considerably hard work in the flight deck in order to keep the operations going. It is not easy. I will tell you, it is not easy. Okay? Factors which are to do with the person, him or herself, as far as landing is concerned, could be that maybe the approach was not stabilized and it was recognized late, and some people are complacent. Okay? They just want to put it on the ground, even though they know that this was not meant to continue, but was meant to go around, they'll put it on the ground. That is not professional. As far as our training is concerned and anybody's training is concerned, it's not professional. But sometimes human nature also comes in, and that is what I can say that it needs a bit of consideration from the person, him or herself, who is flying the aircraft. Okay? But all in all, landings are not a tool to judge a pilot's performance. No, that is wrong. As long as the pilot has made you travel from A to B you've walked away out of the aircraft safely, that's it. That's satisfactory, that is perfect. If the pilot has given you a smooth landing, it happened. If it was a hard landing, but no injuries or no accident or no damages were caused, it was okay as well. Okay. Nonetheless, we always try to satisfy passengers because we value them, we respect them. It is because of them that we exist. Okay, so it's very important to even inform passengers, beloved passengers, that please next time, after this advice that you are seeing here, when you travel next, please make sure that we are judging anyone, pilots rather, you judge them on other areas, but not on landing. Landing is not something that you can label a pilot as being good or bad. I don't think that is the way it has to be. Okay? As long as you've walked away safely, you've reached a destination, it's all good. Okay? So this is basically my presentation for now. I wanted to just bring to your attention so that we keep each other informed, whether we are aviators or non-aviators. But it's also important for non-aviators, the flying public, passengers, to read a bit, get some literature, basics, know what weather means to us pilots, because for passengers who are non-aviators, weather for them just means being on the ground and seeing what's happening around you up there. As pilots, weather means something totally different, because we actually face weather head on. We actually take decisions based on weather simply to keep you safe. So weather for us is way more significant than compared to people who don't fly and just be on the ground and observe what is the weather doing to them. Okay, so how these issues are related to landings and flying, turbulence, it's very important to just browse and Google it, to just inform yourself. Next time you're in the aeroplane, at least you know what the pilots are going through or what they anticipate and what they do to prevent things from going out of control. Okay, that's my advice to you. But I don't think, once again, landings are a tool to judge somebody's being good or bad. No, I don't think so. Till next time, thank you very much, and hope you are enjoying the little presentations I'm posting. And thank you very much again for all those who are subscribing and also those who are commenting. We all get comments, whether they are good or bad. I always take everything positively because I'm here to share what I personally feel I should share. And it's important to do this as far as pilots are concerned. Okay, please be safe. Land safely. Don't expect smooth landings. Expect landings which are within the structural limitations of the aircraft. Don't do anything that you are in doubt of. If you think you are in doubt when you are coming in for the landing, go around. Come back again. Okay? But if you think it's okay, it's within the safe parameters, whoever says what to you, take it with a smile. Next time, it will be better. All right. Thank you very much and enjoy your flying. Be safe and God bless you